Hey everybody, it's Jason over at Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty, and I want to thank you for tuning in with me on this episode of Going Deep with Gallup Real Estate 101. You know, every one of us, when we come on the market, we want to sell a home. We want to sell the home for the highest dollar amount in the shortest time possible. And one of the mistakes that home sellers will typically make is trying to overprice the home in the beginning, hoping that they're going to get a better result. Well, I'm here today to share 5 reasons with you why pricing your home correctly and not overpricing right in the beginning is going to be a better, end up with a better result for you. So first and foremost, this could be a pretty quick video, but first and foremost, one of the mistakes that we make when we're home sellers is we seem to forget that buyers today are better informed than at any other time in the real estate industry. You know, there is a variety of information where buyers pull their pricing information from, including Zestimates, county tax records, and a variety of websites where they can get almost like a true value. We see those commercials on the cars all the time. So buyers are very, very well aware of the market, and they are very, very well informed. So unfortunately, if you're overpricing your house, buyers can sense this, and they can find out through a variety of ways on the internet and such, and they end up just passing by your house instead of actually going to look at it. The number 2 reason that you want to be sure that you're pricing your home correctly right from the beginning is because what a lot of people don't realize is when you price your home, you are competing against other similar homes in the market. Let's just say, for example, that all 3 of these homes are all 1,500 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms in the same neighborhood. Well, if this one is priced fair, and this one is priced fair, and this is priced high without any sort of exceptional reason, buyers have a tendency to overlook it, or it actually makes these homes look more appealing. This is what's called the principle of substitution, and what ends up happening is, left to our own demise, buyers are going to go to what they perceive as the best deal. So if you come higher on the market than what these other homes are, they actually come here, they look at this one, they look at this one, they think this one's overpriced, and they go and they purchase one of these 2 instead of purchasing yours. Number 3 reason that you should price your home correctly right from the beginning when you come on a listing is because a lot of us fail to realize that the longer our homes are on the market, the more we have what is called bleeding. And what bleeding is bleeding are those little costs that eat away at your profits the longer the home sits on the market. For example, if you're paying insurance on a home, if your home sits there for 6 months when it should have only sat there for 3 months, those extra 3 months are monies that you're paying out on that house that you really shouldn't have. If you have a mortgage on your house, let's say your mortgage is $1,000 a month and the house takes 9 months to sell, where if it is priced correctly it could have sold in 3 months, that $6,000 is what's called bleeding, and it eats into your overall profits. A lot of families, when they go to sell their home, even if they vacate their home, they leave utilities on, water, gas, and electric. And when you have longer marketing times and your homes don't sell correctly or sell quickly, those little costs can eat into your overall profit on the home when you go to sell it. So just keep in mind that the number 3 reason that you want to price your home correctly and get it sold quickly is because you don't want this bleeding, which, you know, between insurance maybe $100 a month, mortgage maybe being $1,000 a month, and utilities being another couple $100 a month, an extra 6 months on the market can cost you as much as $9,000 or $10,000. So that's something really just to keep in mind when you're talking about pricing a home correctly and getting it sold rapidly. Number 4 reason that you want to be sure your home is priced correctly when it first comes on the market is because all of the activity that's going to happen on your house, the most activity that's going to happen in your house is in the first 30 days. That's the first 30 days, or this might be backwards on the camera, 30 days. The first 30 days is going to be when every new buyer who's entering the market and every buyer who's been in the market sees your house is going to show the most amount of interest in it. So if you can imagine here, this is the activity level and this is the length of time that the house is on the market. You can see by, you know, really the first week you may not have a significant amount of activity. The reason being is because you're going to have people just seeing it on the internet. It's being exposed. They're calling their real estate agents, making appointments, and taking time off of work. But between week number 2 and really week number 5 or 6, that's when most of the activity is going to be happening on your property. And you can kind of see how the curve goes a little bit, and then by the time week number 6 or 8 rolls around, you really start to slow down on activity. And typically that's an indication of a home that's been overpriced, especially when it's had a lot of activity but nobody has taken it off the market yet. So another thing that some people make the mistake of is when coming on the market and the concern about pricing your home correctly, sometimes home sellers will say, well, can we try it for a little while, and then if not, then we drop the price. And so what I want to share with you is a statistic that came out of the National Association of Realtors a couple of years ago, said that after 120 days, buyers flipped a switch in their mind. After 120 days on the market, buyers perceived, whether it was justified or not, that there must have been something wrong with the house. Offers were a lot lower, and the house, when it eventually did sell, actually sold for less than what the market value was because of those longer offers. So let me show you what happens. Let's just say that this purple line is the fair market value of your house, and if you price it high, it just sits there, maybe 30 days goes by, and you say, well, I'll do a little price drop then. And then you sit there again, you're still a little bit too high on the pricing, you drop it again, and by the time you get up to about this 120-day mark where you come down to the market value, because you're hoping that when you come to the market value, it's going to sell at market value, what ends up happening is because those buyers perceived that there was something wrong with the house, since it's been on the market for so long, it's reflected in their offers. And because by this time, 120 days, you just want to be done with the house, a lot of sellers end up accepting the offer at the lower sales price just to get away from the property. So the reason I'm just sharing this information with you guys is as the market is changing a little bit, we're starting to see a little bit more inventory, and it's starting to swing back away from a seller's market a little bit. One of the things you want to be aware as a home seller is to actually price your home correctly and be aware of these types of things. That way you're not overpricing it and potentially losing out on real buyers. The best advice I can give you for selling a home quickly and for top dollar is actually to be at a conservative pricing, because what it's going to do is, instead of just getting one buyer who's interested, you might get 2, 3, or 4 buyers who are interested. Then you don't deal with just one offer. You might be dealing with 2, 3, 4 offers, and that really puts you in the driver's seat. So guys, this is Jason with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty. Another little tip just from Going Deep with Gallup Real Estate 101 about the importance of pricing your home correctly right when you come on the market. If you know somebody who's thinking about selling a house, share this video with them. I also want to hear from you guys on your comments and your suggestions about these episodes that we've been kicking out. Give me some comments in the links below and such like that. And until next week, guys, have a great week, and we're going to share another episode of Going Deep with Gallup Real Estate 101 next week for you. Thanks a lot. Take care, Gallup. Bye-bye.